here. It's just enablers and backstabbers. A lot of us are easy to get along with. It's just our circumstances make us meaner. A lot of times when I see a mean girl, I think a mean girl comes from a place where nobody holds her accountable. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalandra. You're watching CTV and I'm back with another video. And this is why I'm not a girl's girl. Yeah, that's right. I am not a girl's girl. I don't consider myself a girl's girl. Y'all been on my nerves, and what y'all gonna do? Who gonna check me? Okay. Okay, I don't consider myself a girl's girl from social media standards. Social media standards is what a girl's girl is. In my personal opinion, is not holding each other accountable. Always backing each other up and taking each other's side even when we're right or wrong in the situation. And I believe everybody should hold each other accountable. But I'm gonna get more into that later in this video. There's a lot of issues I have with other women, and it'd be unwarranted stuff. Like the stuff that we do to each other, the way we treat each other is disgusting. And I don't get it, because it's like we go through so much from society standards of how a woman should act, how a woman should look, how we should dress, what type of mothers we should be. Should we even be mothers? Should we be wives? All this stuff. And we went through so much trying to even get the rights to work and the rights to do this and the rights to do that, and to kind of prove ourselves in society that we can actually take care of ourselves. And in return, we're just completely nasty. Like, we're so nasty to each other, and we don't help each other grow. Like I said, it's either we're being completely nasty to each other, or we're just not holding our friends, we're not holding people accountable around us, because we don't like the outcome of holding each other accountable. It's like frowned upon, and I want to get into that in this video. I grew up majority of my life feeling inferior to other women, and it started when I was bullied. It started when I started getting bullied for how I looked and the way that I dressed, and also me being so small and soft-spoken and, you know, socially awkward. Girls picked on me. I didn't fit in. I wasn't popular. I was kind of like the butt of the joke. And especially middle school, obviously I was considered more unattractive as well, because I was breaking out really bad. This is when I first started to get relaxers, and they were starting to really damage my hair. So I was actually starting to, like, my hair like broke off so bad that I was having bald spots in the back of my head. So it's like the first year of middle school, my hair was long, and then like after that I just kept losing hair. So yeah, I was getting picked on by other women. They didn't want to be my friend. They would bully me, pick on me, whatever. Y'all get the point. So yeah, I grew up feeling inferior to other women because, you know, I had issues speaking up for myself, and other girls were just more intimidating. You know, they were more quick to fight. They always wanted to fight. They always wanted to embarrass you in front of other dudes, or just embarrass you in general, and they thought it was funny. And that was like majority of my high school life, my middle school life mostly, but even in high school a little bit, especially when, you know, my appearance got better and I started getting more attention from boys. That's when, you know, a lot of things would happen. But yeah, I felt inferior to other women. That movie Mean Girls will pretty much show you the full example of what it's like to be a girl in high school or a girl in middle school. It's like the animal kingdom, and I still feel that way even in adulthood. Like, women being around each other, we're like the animal kingdom. We literally be tearing each other apart for no reason, for dominance. And it's like, I think that's what it is. Like, women want to be dominant. We want to dominate other women. And I think the funny part about that is that's more of a man's nature. But when I see men interact with each other, it's not really like that. You know, honestly, they coexist, they get along. Yes, there is a few men that try to be more dominant than others, but for the most part, I don't feel like it's like that with men. I only feel like it's like that with men when it comes to other women. Like when it comes to, oh, I want to get this girl or whatever, that's when they start to fight. Or maybe in the workplace, you know, there's always that one guy that wants to be like in charge, but it could happen both ways. But I think with men, it's like most men already know that they're masculine, even if they're not. They're comfortable in their position. So it's like they're not going to compete for a certain spot, because a man that's embracing his manhood and he's confident in his manhood, he's not going to go out his way to do so. But I think because women, we try to prove ourselves and we feel like we want to be more dominant, we want to be taken more seriously, we try harder to be more dominant when our role is to not be dominant for real. Our role, and this is how we were created, we're made to be weaker. We're not strong like a man. We're not masculine like a man. We're not like that, no matter our sexuality. Women, I think we try too hard to dominate each other and just be more dominant, when our role is to be feminine and be soft and just be women, and not have to be that way unless we truly have to. Now, when I have to put my foot down and when I have to check somebody, I have no issue doing that in my adulthood life. Like, I'm completely different from how I am when I was a kid. Like, completely. I feel like I don't have to be a rough person unless I have to. You know what I'm saying? But usually in my everyday life, I just try to be a soft, not even soft, but just feminine, you know? I don't try to one up somebody. I don't try to be the boss of somebody. That's just not me. I just worry about myself. I'm trying to be the best version of me. And I never hear anybody talk about this. Nobody. Like, especially in complete detail. Like, I will see women, they will make videos like saying that other girls are so mean, and literally when we see somebody who's just openly mean to people, we call them mean girls. And people think being a mean girl is funny and they think it's cute, quirky, whatever. A lot of times when I see a mean girl, I think a mean girl comes from a place where nobody holds her accountable. Nobody puts her in her place. Y'all just allow this type of behavior. What's the other word for it? Enable. Y'all enable her behavior. Okay? And I have been guilty of that as well. Like, when I would see somebody and I know they're doing something wrong and I don't check them or tell them, hey, like, that was wrong, that is enabling their behavior. The same way you enable people who are on substances or other things, when you don't, you know, say, hey, that's wrong. So I'm filming this right now because I feel like I explained this so wrong. I mean, yes, you could check somebody when their behavior is unacceptable, but I'm not saying it like you gotta shame them or be their mama. Or I'm saying, if somebody is participating in certain behaviors that you know you don't like, you know it's completely wrong, and you know it's just a damaging behavior, enabling is kind of like when you're encouraging the behavior, when you're hyping them up, or even participating in the same behaviors that they're participating in. For example, you and your homegirl could be going out and she's acting a complete ass, like acting a fool, drinking too much, picking fights with people. So the right thing to do, which I do believe in, checking people in private or just talking to people in private, like the act of not enabling somebody, or I guess checking, it doesn't have to be like, oh, you they mama, but like it can come from a soft place, it could come from a loving place. It doesn't have to be like a place of shame or anything of that nature. What I'm saying is, don't continue to participate in that type of behavior. Don't indulge, don't engage. And when you know that that's something that you don't want to do, you know, don't be hyping her up. Like, a lot of girls, like, their friends will be acting a ass and then they pick fights with people, and then of course, you know, you're going to defend your friend, but at the same time, it's just like, if that behavior continues and you know that your friend, acts a certain way when she drinks, then you should probably stop hanging around her, or just even explain to her that you don't want to hang around her when she acts this way, or, you know, address it as in the way of, hey, you know, I don't like the way that you drink too much and pick fights with people, and I'm not going to participate in doing the same thing, even if you participated in the past. So hopefully I explained that right.
But enabling, you get the picture.
And the thing is, why do we enable each other's behavior? Why don't we hold each other accountable? That's the thing that we really need to talk about. And I witness this a lot on social media in real life. Women are weird. Like, we can be mean to each other, but I think in our friendships, we kind of encourage certain behaviors because somebody is our friend, and we don't think our friends are ever wrong. Even if we do, we just don't say it. And why is that? Females can't be real with each other, and I think that's when it comes to, I think that's the start of why we have issues. Like, we're not real with each other. So then down the line, it's always it's going to be a problem because we don't like address certain things when they first happen. Then it builds up to be a problem, and then you see how bad of a person that they are, and it's too late. I'm not trying to call y'all scary at all. Like, I'm not trying to say y'all some scary ass. I'm really not. But when it comes to our friendships, I think we are a little bit, like, just everybody has a little bit of scary in them. I don't know what it is. Like, we just can't, I don't know why we have such a hard time being honest. And I think because we don't like to we truly don't like to be mean to each other. We truly don't like to upset each other. So we don't keep it real with our friends. We don't keep it real with people around us. So then we fall into these issues later down the line, as in, oh, this is a mean girl. And you may feel like eventually that person is actually mean to you, but you don't address the situations, or you don't address certain behaviors when you see it. And then it becomes an issue down the line. So why is that? Like, we have a hard time addressing each other, especially respectfully. I also think another thing with women is that we can't take accountability. Like, we can't hold each other accountable, but we can't take accountability. We can't sit there and just like admit our flaws and admit that we are doing this wrong and doing that wrong. And I think a lot of women have issues seeing things that are wrong with their character. We're all, like, a lot of us are very narcissistic. I'm not even gonna lie. I would never say that I've been a narcissist, but growing up, it's like I never really see my issues or things that I've done wrong or things I could have done better. And I haven't really started to see that until I got older. And I think a lot of times we wait until it's too late before we try to change our behaviors, instead of like really paying attention to how we treat people and how we act and how we do this and we do that until we get a certain age. And some women actually never do that. It's a thing that we feel like we're never wrong. And I think because of the sayings of the women's intuition and all this stuff, like, we have this whole theory that we always are right. And I think it's because we have more emotional intelligence. Because of us being women, we are more in tune with emotions and stuff like that, and nurturing, to the point that we think that we're never wrong when it comes to our everyday lives, and that we can't be mean, we can't be rude, and we can, be very judgmental, and we can't do things wrong and upset other people, but we don't seem to see that. And that's the issue. It's like we don't hold each other accountable, because somebody who doesn't want to be held accountable is not going to listen, it's not going to budge, and then they're going to think you're attacking them when you're honestly coming from a place of love. Because us women, we think that everybody is going to be mean to us. We think because of what we grow up around, we grow up around. Sometimes our first bullies are our mothers, our aunties, things like that. And then we go to school, and then girls are mean. So then we automatically have this wall up to think that everybody is coming for us. And anytime somebody holds us accountable, even if it's very respectful, we get upset, we get mad, we don't want to hear, we want to fight, we want to argue. And that's the issue. So it goes both ways. However, I think to break that barrier is, if you just do it. Like, if you feel like, you need to hold your friends accountable for something, just say it. Just get it off your chest. And if she doesn't take it right, that's not your friend. At the end of the day, she can't take constructive criticism on something small, like, hey, I don't like the way you say that to me, or I don't like the way that you are always late, or something like that. She can't at least listen to you, that is not your friend. Because I know there's women out there that are willing to hold themselves accountable and listen and actually care about the people around them. So they're gonna do things to change their behavior, or they're gonna at least listen and try to change their behavior. But yeah, did I break that down right? So it's like lack of accountability and lack of holding each other accountable. And why is it that we can't hold each other accountable and we can't be completely honest with each other unless we don't like each other? When we go to the point where we don't like each other, it's easy to just bully each other. It's easy to expose each other on social media. It's easy to do that. But why is it when we like a person, we can't be honest? When we're friends, we can't be honest with our families. We can't just be honest with each other. Because I already explained that, right? A lot of women can't accept honesty. They can't accept people holding them accountable. But I think when we do that, and we're just more honest with each other, and it could be about small things. It could be, hey, do you like my outfit? And as somebody who knows fashion, it's like I would have to be the one to and I'm not saying I'm like a fashionista, but I would have to be the one to be like, hey, that ain't it. Or hey, why don't you try this combo? Or why don't you, try it with that? Like, I'm that type of friend. I'm not that type of friend that's going to put down my friends. However, when it comes to certain things, it's like, I just got to be kind of honest. Especially when it comes to our appearances, it's like, I think it's because women will tear each other down for our body shapes, our body size. And I'm going to get into that. We tear each other down about how we look. Obviously for male validation. And we think it's funny. But sometimes it can come from a place of honesty. Just looking out for each other. Because honestly, I don't think a lot of women are ugly. I just think we're not dressing and we're not styling each other to our potential. And some things are hard for people to hear, but it's just like certain things, it's like, you could probably feel better about yourself if you tried, doing your makeup this way or doing your hair this way. Like there's things that we do to complement each other's appearance. And some people may not be dressing the way that complements their appearance, their body frame, their skin tone. They may not be wearing their makeup in the right shade. And it's like we don't tell each other that. As women, we're afraid to actually say that. And if we do, it comes with hella backlash. Why I know this? I'm on TikTok, right? Sometimes girls will come out and say trends that they don't like. And some are very valid. Some of these trends that come out are completely ridiculous. I mean, the delivery maybe could be different, but the second a girl does that, the whole internet full of women is attacking this girl. But she's just being honest. Like, some stuff just looks stupid, and we don't want to hear it. We always think we're right. We don't take opinions from others, especially other men. And I'm gonna get into that right now. If you are a heterosexual or even a bisexual woman, we want to attract the men that we find attractive. So when men say, hey, I don't like when women wear certain things, or I don't like when women wear big ass eyelashes, or they don't like lace fronts or bad wigs, or certain things, maybe certain nail colors or certain outfits, it's like, hey, I know, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. If it makes you feel happy, yes. But also take it into consideration, especially, it's one thing if it's a man that you don't want. But if it's the type of man that is your type, maybe, take that into, consideration just a little bit. Apply these things, because it does matter. You want to attract the type of guy that you're attracted to. Just like men are going to do certain things to attract us. That's why they go to the gym. That's why men, a lot of men, they get their money up. A lot of them will not sit around and be broke because they want to attract a certain caliber of woman. So they're going to do these things so they can attract the type of woman that they want. Without making it like they're a pick-me. I'm not saying go be a pick-me, because I don't like that either. And That's why a lot of that mean girl stuff comes from, is women being pick-me's and putting down other women. So I'm not saying go be a pick-me. I'm saying just put things in perspective and take care of yourself in a way that you're happy, but also you are attracting the type of men that you want. And yeah, that's all I'm saying. I mean, I can't explain it any further. It's either you get it or you don't get it. I will say, if you're in a relationship, you may do things that your man will find attractive. Your man may find you attractive as you are, or by the way you already style yourself, right? Like, let's say, for example, my man, he likes when I wear my natural hair, and he likes when I wear it in a puff. I don't really wear my hair like that often. However, every once in a while, I may think of him, and I may think of how, you know, he likes my hair, and I may, you know, just decide, hey, maybe I'm gonna wear my hair like this today because I know it makes him happy. Even though he's attracted to me regardless of what I do, or regardless of how I put myself together, I may think of him sometimes and decide, like, hey, you know, it's his birthday or it's his anniversary. Maybe I should, you know, wear my hair this way because that's what he likes. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I love my man, so why should I not do something to make him happy every once in a while? So women are mean. I don't know where it comes from, and I don't know why we're mean. I think it's because of our hormones, okay? I think our hormones make us a little crazy. Even me, like, I'm cycling right now, and I literally had a breakdown yesterday at work a little bit, even though it was valid, because, you know, I'm given a lot of work. Like, have gotten a lot of work to do, and I was pretty much required to do it by myself. And, you know, I have to pretty much finish the stuff that I do. So it's very frustrating to me when I have to do a whole lot of work and I have to do it by myself, and they expect me to just be okay with that. And yeah, it makes me mad, you know. So I had, like, I was just like kind of crashing out a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit. So I think, along with men as well, women now, would I have crashed out if I wasn't on my period? Probably. You know, regardless of whether we're on our periods or not, we're hormonal people. You know what I'm saying? And things just affect us emotionally more. While men, they have emotions, but, you know, it's like a thing that they don't act on their emotions. You know, men are more logic based, we're more emotion based. So it's okay for us to be emotional. Like, we're given more of a pass, you know, when we cry or when we get upset. And I think because of that, we take advantage to the point where we're just completely, like, a lot of us are just assholes, like, for no reason. Even whether it's towards each other or men, it doesn't matter. Like, I think because we're women, we take advantage of the fact that we can be emotional to where we're just mean as hell. And honestly, I think that's a lot of reasons why, after a lot of women have kids, that her and the baby daddy break up because of postpartum. And I completely understand that. I don't have any kids, but this is what I witnessed, right? Postpartum, it can be really, really bad. Postpartum depression is nothing to play with. Like, it can be really, really, really bad. And I think it takes a woman to a point to where she doesn't know herself, and she loses sight of who she really is. And she's in this bad, depressive, emotional state that she then takes it out on her partner and not really realize it. And that's why the breakup happens. That's why the cheating starts. And that's why a lot of that stuff happens. And that's one thing I'm kind of nervous about when I have my first child, because I know I could already get in very depressive states. So I don't want to get into that type of depressive state, and hopefully that doesn't happen. But I honestly think that's why a lot of breakups happen after having a kid. Like, a lot of y'all, you know, can be so disgusting to the point where, you know, you have a good man. And I'm not saying they're always good men. I'm not saying that. Because, like, maybe the postpartum is opening y'all eyes to things you were blind to before. But a lot of times it do be good. I would say half the time it do be good men. And, you know, y'all let that emotional, even though it's kind of hard for you to control, it's still like we have control. We have a choice to like not let our emotions get the best of us. Even if we feel that emotional state, we're in that emotional state, we have the option to not let it get the best of us, but we choose to act on it. And I get it. You know, it's not good to like bottle your emotions in, but I think it's just how we go about it. And it becomes a bad outcome. It goes to the point where we're arguing, we're picking fights, and we kind of get a rise out of that. A lot of y'all are toxic. A lot of y'all are very toxic. Y'all like to argue. And that's why sometimes it drives away a good man. It be a good man. A man helps you out. He takes care of the kids. Like, and y'all still fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? It's not always the men that ruling the relationship. And I'm not even just talking about postpartum. But I also see time and time again, women, you know, they embrace being toxic. And because we don't hold each other accountable, because we're so used to men always doing us dirty, we think it's okay to be the one to be the dirty one, right? So oftentimes I see a thing where women will brag about abusing men, cheating on men, being just a bad partner, and we're in the comments hyping her up. Why are you hyping that up? Why are y'all enabling this behavior? Why is this okay? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not okay. Cheating is not okay from either party. It's not okay for a man to cheat on a woman, and it's not okay for a woman to cheat on a man. It's the same thing. So it's just like, why are we enabling this? I will say maybe the exception of maybe he cheated first or he's been doing you wrong first, then yes. Okay, I may give you, I still think it's just better to leave, but I'll give you that. But a lot of times y'all be the ones that f up the relationship for no reason. And a lot of you women are just cheering them on. Cheering them on. And it could be like literally anything other women do wrong. We don't hold them accountable. We just kind of enable it, laugh at it. We think it's cute. We think it's funny. But it don't be funny. It's not funny when a guy does it. So it's not funny when a girl does it. Some things are just straight up wrong. Like a woman harming her kids because of postpartum. You know, we're in the comments like, you know, postpartum will do that. Postpartum is, you know, I understand where she's coming from. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. But that doesn't mean she's not wrong. Like, hello? Like, what the hell? So when it comes to that mean girl stuff, just will just be mean to other females for no reason. And I'm gonna say females because I'm tired of saying women. Okay, so whatever. Yeah, I'm just tired of saying women. So sometimes females will come out. Don't get mad that I'm saying female. Like, it's okay. Yeah, women would be mean to other women and we're just laughing at it. We think it's cute. We think it's funny, especially in high school, middle school. You know, y'all think it's funny to just to bring each other down for no reason and to just make fun of somebody. When it's like, why not help? You know, and I mean genuinely help. If you see somebody who's socially awkward and I guess ugly, or you don't like her outfit or something like that, instead of like I said, I believe like if you want to help, you should, like if you want to say that, you know, you don't like the way somebody dressed or whatever, even though it could be a certain circumstance, like maybe they have a poor family or maybe they're not allowed to look a certain type of way because in school we can't really do much about it, right? But instead of picking on the girl and making it obvious that you're being mean to her, why not help her? Like, why not say, hey, you know, you have nice features. Maybe like wearing this type of outfit will bring out this feature, or maybe you should wear your hair like that, or my mom is a hairstylist, you know, maybe she can help you out. Because if I had the means to do that, if I had the knowledge to do that, and back then, you know what, never mind. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't have. But today, yeah, I would. I absolutely would. You know, if I see somebody and I feel like, hey, you know, especially on social media, like if somebody's asking for fashion advice, it's like I would be glad to help them out, you know. And we just prefer to make people feel down, like we already don't have a range of emotions as it is. You know you have a range of emotions, so how do you think the other female that you're picking on is going to feel if she sees that you're bullying her, talking shit about her, talking about her outfit, you know, trying to steal her man, all this stuff? Like, you being mean to another woman who has a period, who has a range of emotions just like you. And then we talk about like things that happen, like things that physically happen to other women based on the same thing that you go through. Now granted, we don't go through the same thing in the same way. Like, some people have light periods, some people don't get cramps, but then there's other people that have like things like PCOS and endometriosis, which I think I have to go to a doctor. But like, I get very heavy periods, I get strong cramps, and you know, some women don't have as many PMS symptoms as others, but some people get very bad hormonal acne. I got picked on for my acne, but a lot of people get bad acne. Some women get facial hair. Some women have issues with weight due to just our hormones. And I don't like the fact that women act like so... what's the word? Like, women act like these things don't exist, and it's like, how do you not understand? Even if you don't go through it the same way they do, it's like, how do you not understand? Or maybe a woman just had a baby, and before she was probably real skinny, you know, had a nice body, but she had a baby and her stomach is just not like snatched like it was before. Why is it's such a pressure for a woman to snap back after having a baby? And I think it's because us women, we're so influenced by influencers and famous people. We want to look just like them, especially when they seem like they look perfect all the time, and we don't realize that that stuff is fake. The same society standards that we get annoyed by, we still follow it. We still put that standard on ourselves. Like, we don't like body hair and acne, skin, hair, how we wear our hair, just all types of stuff. And for black women, it's even more severe. And even, you know, me, like, I still have my certain beauty standards, and some things I feel like are ugly. But like, when I see it on other women, I also think to myself, like, this could be due to a hormonal thing. This could be due to something that she can't control. But she, like anyway, let me go back to what I'm saying, because I'm kind of all over the place. But a woman, when she has a baby, we immediately go to making fun of women who have kids and they don't snap back right away. Or, you know, when somebody's on their period, they're probably going to blow. Like, my stomach does not look good on my period, okay? But that doesn't mean that I don't have a flat stomach. It just looks a little bit more fat around that time. So if somebody were to pick on me, they may say things like, "Oh, are you pregnant?" And why is it we throw this pregnant word on each other? Like, some people get bloated after they eat. Some people, and it is what it is. Like, some people just have big stomachs, and it is what it is. Like, we can't just call everybody pregnant, you know? And not everybody's gonna have the same body type. So it's just like, why do we hold such a harsh standard on each other to all look the same? And that's the issue. Everybody wants to look the same, and then we end up looking crazy trying to look the same. And when we try to say that, you know, we get mad at each other for being honest. Like, you're not gonna look like that, so stop trying. Or, that type of makeup doesn't look good on you, so stop trying to be like this person and just be yourself. And a lot of times, women do not want to be ourselves. We're chasing some type of aesthetic, some type of status, because I think the validation is just makes us more happy. Like, we care more about validation than a man. So we're constantly chasing that, even though that's the issue that we're going through. in society is that we're chasing the validation, the love, and all that stuff, because for a woman it just feels good. And I think we base our life around validation, to where we hold ourselves to these standards, and then when we don't meet these standards, we're extra hard on ourselves, and then we're projecting that onto everybody else. That's why I think there's mean girls, and that's why I think women are mean, because of our emotional circumstances, our hormonal circumstances, and the standard that we're put upon. We force that onto other women, and then when somebody does meet the standard, you know, it makes you feel bad about yourself. So then you feel like it's funny to tear this other person down because she may have something that you don't have. She has the type of man that you want. She has the type of look that you want. So a lot of times we feel like maybe we're not pretty because people are telling us we're ugly, but that's not even the case. We're not ugly. People are just projecting because they want to look like us. So, because when a lot of women, you know, feed off of validation, and then they don't feel like they're getting enough of that in their lives, they're going to take that out on other people. And we think it's okay, we think it's normal to be mean to each other, when it's really for no apparent reason. Half the time it's like for no reason. A lot of arguments start with women. A lot. Like, it's really rare to see that men don't get along. It's just really stupid to me, because what's for me is for me. What's for another woman is for another woman. You know, and, you know, if the man is not for me, I could get another one. You know what I'm saying? Men don't really care about how we look as much as y'all think. So my thing is, it's like everybody's trying to chase being the most beautiful, being the baddest, and all this stuff. And my thing is, it's just very weird that we do certain things to each other, and we don't, you know, we're so weird to each other, and we can't be like genuine friends. We can't be honest. We can't talk. We can't communicate. It's like no real community here. It's just enablers and backstabbers. And that's my true feelings about how I feel about other women, and why I truly don't have a lot of friends. And I don't care to have a lot of friends. I have like maybe 3 friends, and I'm cool with that. You know, I really am. However, you know, going through dealing with other women, I've learned about myself a lot, and I learned that I don't want to be an enabler, and I want to be honest with my friends, and I want to just change the narrative that we have to be this way towards each other. We have to be like these snobby, scary, talk behind your back type of bitch. We could honestly just be real with each other, but also be respectful of one another, and just be more understanding that we go through periods, we go through pregnancy, we go through all types of emotions that even based around the fact people gaslight us. We are inferior when it comes to strength, and I'm hungry. If you hear my stomach, I'm about to eat. But when it comes to strength, we're very inferior to men, and we have a lot of issues when it comes to dealing with other men. And I think we have bigger problems to worry about. We're constantly getting gaslit when it comes to issues with our bodies when we see our doctors, especially black women. So I think we have bigger issues to worry about as women. And these little petty things that we do to each other is just not warranted. And I think in adulthood, like, it still happens. You know, there's still mean girls, there's still bullies, there's still women that are just mean for no reason. You know, I just went through a situation at my job where people were just being mean to me for no apparent reason. But now it's like we're on better terms. But like, this didn't need to happen in the first place. You know, like the stuff that I went through with a few people didn't need to happen in the first place. If we could have just communicated, and we could have just truly like told each other more so on their behalf how we felt, it didn't have to go that way. We could have just got along the whole time. Because I'm easy to get along with. A lot of us are easy to get along with. It's just our circumstances make us meaner. And I feel like I've been talking about this too long. I'm just gonna have to end this video here. And thank you guys for watching. Let me know how you feel in the comments below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Peace out.